Hi, this is Dr. Ben Morrill. Welcome to episode 127 of Reptile Genetics Weekly. Glad to have you here. We've been doing some traveling and had some drama in our traveling. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, and hopefully the animal involved wasn't hurt too badly. At least it was able to run off. But we'll talk about that more and show you a picture of the car. But anyway. Kayla and I did get to ColubridFest, had a lot of fun, and got back safely, and we'll talk a bunch about that. But yeah, I am a little bit fried. We got back pretty late, and so forgive me if I'm a little slower today than normal. In the past, those of you that have been following the show, you know there are people that we sponsor, people that we see either the animals they're producing or they're doing a really good job of presenting at shows and really talking and to lots of people, helping people come into the hobby. But then there's also people that are doing an excellent job in social media that are producing beautiful content. They're really growing their online presence and really seeing a great benefit from that in their for their business, but then also making connections. And that's kind of the important part, is to make this fun, enjoyable. And so we've got Aaron from Matsu Morphs on today with us. That's the part that the area he's focused in and done a really, really beautiful job. And many of you watching this, if you're a ball python breeder, you spend time on Instagram, you've probably seen some of his beautiful short videos and pictures and things. But we'll have him on here today to be able to talk about that and cool projects he's working with. As far as sample updates, we should be able to have all tests going normally this week, I believe. We should have fast tests going out pretty much every day the rest of the week, and then sex determination going twice this week. And so you'll have normal turnaround times. And like we talked about, the last panel run was only about 2.5 weeks in between. So we have more volume coming through. Like we told you all, there's more volume. We'll be doing them faster. So we are already to a point where we're ready to do another panel run. I think it's been a couple weeks again. So thank you, all of you. I also see some really cool animals. The results we're getting, we see y'all are hatching out some cool stuff. So congrats on your cool 2025 babies. And we're always happy and excited to be a part of helping you figure out exactly what you got. So yeah, the next panel results, I would guess, are going to be about a week out, week and a half. So probably by the time you're watching this Tuesday night, we'll probably have a little bit more than a week until we'll have that. Might be even the end of next week. So not this Friday, but the following one would be my guess. We are kind of experimenting with some things to make it faster and better. And so it will take a little bit more time on this specific run, a couple extra days, but if it works well, then it will make it so we can do it a couple days faster every other time. So part of learning and growing. So, but yeah, that's what I've got for sample updates. Kayla, how are you doing?
Hey, Ben, I'm doing well. I could use a little extra sleep. Ended up getting home at about 1 a.m. And fell asleep at about 1:45. But that's okay. I had a blast. I feel great. I had so much fun at ColubridFest. And actually, do you have those sheds that we got? Because people gave us lots of sheds on Sunday.
Some of them.
Woohoo!
Packed full.
So many. And a bunch of those, I was like going around and they'd be like, hey, that thing's shedding in the cup. Can I have that shed? Not the snakes, the shed. And they were like, oh, you making jewelry? And I'm like, no, Rare Genetics. Well, actually, I'm not wearing my RGI shirt. I'm wearing my Colubrid and Colubroid Radio, my CCR shirt today. That Zach Loafman gave me yesterday at the show. We sponsor them. So it was, oh my gosh, it was a blast. Let me pull up some of the pictures we got. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Clint, just giving the one-off speeches, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I need to ride into battle with Clint now. We love him." And of course, Ben gave his talk, Genetics 101 for Colubrid Keepers. Look at that power pose. Yeah, go Ben.
Not really power, but
yeah,
it was fun.
For sure. great, just, great, like talk about enrichment and the infectious disease prevention and quarantine. Uh, that was a terrifying talk, but it was awesome. Cool auction items. I wanted this hat. I didn't get this hat. Someday.
Don't be a hemipene.
Yeah. Oh, is that a mushroom? Yeah. And old friends. We had this beautiful. I'm still so proud of this. He's been negotiating for his life with the indigo snake professionals.
Yeah, we're working on that. We've been talking about it for at least a couple of years, and also with panther chameleons and with Madagascar boas. Some, if we're doing morph tests or sex determination, that's a very targeted test that's simpler to design. But for those three projects, it's kind of a genome-wide test, so it's more complicated. So we were hashing out more details that'll help us with all three of those more complicated projects and other things too. So.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a moment there. Even that last day, just like seeing animals that I didn't know existed at these shows. And, like everyone's just so passionate about everything they have on that table. I even sold a hog nose, my first show sale. I'm very proud of myself for that. Look at this Rustico rat snake. I got to see one in person, y'all. We talked about him on our rat snake bell complex episode a little while ago with the Caligos, and I got to sit. It was right beside the booth, and they had some for sale, and I was, oh girl, oh girl, I was
Jason
so tempted. Yes, Jason
was our neighbor. He had a whole bunch of really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, we got some really pretty pictures of some house snakes from Bushveld Reptiles. Got to meet him, and like just beauty snakes running out of their ears over with the zircles, and my goodness, like this calico beauty snake, unbelievable. Like how is that real? That's so pretty. It's like you took a palmetto snake, a corn snake, and just like turned it up to 11. It's so pretty. We got to see the bantam corn snakes in person. It's a corn snake and it has dwarfism, and they seem to be doing really well despite being dwarfs. They're just chunky.
They look more like Nerodia, more like a brown water snake or something.
Yeah. This was like they're so cute, and even their saddles are kind of messed up. Like that is a creature right there.
They're very cool, very interesting. I really dug looking at them, and we got some sheds from them, and so we'll be looking in some dwarfism genes, see if we can figure out what's going on. But very cool project.
Yeah. So all kinds of good stuff. Got to see all of the amazing stuff Kayla Martin with infrared reptiles was working on. Like her aberrant king snakes, her aberrant hondos are just, I'm not even sure they're real. And I saw them in person, man. They were so crazy good. And there we go. These Ghanaian bird snakes, I didn't even know they existed. They're such funky little creatures. You got mad hogs. Oh my gosh, crazy. And then there's this dude for my last critters I'm showing off. This extremely long yawn ended up being a burp. He was trying to regurgitate a bubble, and he had to have his mouth open the whole time. I was like, buddy, are you good? Buddy.
But finally it ended up just being a burp.
Yes. I let Jason and his business partner know. I was like, hey, your boy is just sitting like this for like a solid 2 minutes. And we were like, okay, well, let's see what's going on. And it turns out he was just trying to regurgitate a burp and needed to keep his mouth open the entire time. Ridiculous creature. And speaking of creatures, we got by the game of life and hit a deer on the drive home.
We were like 25 minutes from getting to my house, and out of almost 8 hours of driving, we were like half hour from my house, and and the deer jumped right in front of us.
Yep, little 6 to 8 point buck just decided he wanted to do a somersault across the hood, and he did, and he went skidding ahead, hopped up, bounced off, looked fine.
I was
Not
amazed. Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
seem injured at all. He popped right up, and we had a little bit of time to slow down some. I'm sure that helped, but I mean, he still flew pretty good, but he popped up and ran off. So
Yeah, I was like half asleep telling Jay when I crawled into bed. I was like, babe, I saw a deer like 5 foot in the air upside down as we were going to sleep. And he was like, oh, that's awesome, babe.
tough animal, man. It was
Seriously.
It didn't have any limp or anything. It just took off.
Oh, I'm sure he's really feeling it this morning, but I think he's probably going to be just fine.
I do have to also show this off. So
yeah.
we get to actually, I guess I'll show this one first. We get to the hotel, the host hotel. This is a Hilton Garden Inn, but yeah, they've got, I guess it's backwards on here, but they've got.
Oh no, it looks good.
Oh, good. Everything's snake themed.
That's so cute. Some of them are even colubrids.
Yes.
I love
so that
it.
was like on all the tables, like right when you walked in to the left, all the tables they had to serve all had big old snake picture and snake themed stuff that you could order. And then in our rooms, they also had a handwritten note with the same menu, but a handwritten note just telling us thanks. They're happy to have us reptile people there. I've never been to a show where the host hotel went that extra mile. That was really impressive, really cool. And the guy at the front was really happy, saying we love having you guys here. And so it was very cool.
They like us. Yeah, no, they really seem to want us there. And Clint, like the ColubridFest boys, Clint, Zach, and Mickey did a bang up job the second year. We raised over $20,000 for at the auction for colubrid and box turtle conservation. And there's a few other critters going on, but mostly colubrid conservation. And the students got up and talked about the stuff they did last year out on this like prairie reserve in Iowa. So cool. Got to see wild hognose behaviors, getting like really detailed data on like where they live. Great time. Awesome show. Really glad that we got to attend this year and very, very proud to sponsor it.
And one other thing before we bring our guest on.
Yes, your shirts.
I think it was Sammy that gave me this shirt at Daytona. So RWO, Ken, we've sponsored him for a while, and they have several things they do, the RWO crew. And I know at Daytona they had some kind of shellfish incident with one of them and ended up having to go to the ER or something. But sounds like the rest of the time they had, even during that, it sounded like they had a lot of laughs. The person that happened to sounded like he was aware that was a possibility, but he decided it was worth taking a shot, and he swelled up. So
oh, poor guy. Get this man some Benadryl.
They get a Airbnb and have lots of fun, and I heard lots of stories. So anyway, thanks RWO crew, Ken, Sammy, the rest of you. Appreciate you giving me the shirt and telling me the stories. I didn't make it over to the Airbnb, but it was fun hearing, seeing your excitement, even after all the driving y'all did. So that's part of the fun of all these shows. And I had several shirts from the first couple shows. So this one's from Daytona. Good memories.
Awesome. And glad the one with the shellfish allergy is okay.
Yeah.
That's so scary. So I'm glad. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks again, RWO. But yeah, big face. Scary. I hit the wrong button. Anyway, let's bring on our guest today, Aaron of Matsu Morphs.
Hey, hi.
Hey,
thanks
Aaron.
For having me on.
Of course. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, where to start? So how did you get into reptiles? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Aaron from Matsu Morphs.
Morphs,
I'm actually from Hawaii. I live in Texas now, but I'm actually from Hawaii originally. So in Hawaii, I'm not sure if you guys know, but in Hawaii, you can't keep reptiles.
Right.
Yeah. So I knew about ball pythons when I was younger, but didn't think much about them because I couldn't keep them.
Yeah.
But then when we were gonna move to Texas, and then I started looking at ball pythons, and then I saw Morph Market and stuff, and then got really excited about, and I started watching YouTube and seeing all the
Yeah.
videos and stuff. Yeah, so then when we were planning to move to Texas, I already knew that that's what I wanted to do. So we moved to
Awesome.
Texas in like the summer of 2022. And so I was building my snake room, and then in the meantime, I was kind of acquiring snakes around July of 2022. Yeah, so I'm new. This is still in my first full year of breeding.
Wow.
But
So you're about as new as I am actually to all this. And
yeah,
you already look like you have a professional setup ready to rival anybody. At least
yeah.
at
Well,
least good racks, I mean.
yeah. So I'm still in the first year, but like I'm up to I think 18 clutches, and
Yeah.
before the end of the year, it should be mid to upper 20s.
Oh, that's so
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
Awesome.
exciting.
Yeah. Oh wow. So it's cool to meet other newer keepers in the hobby. So awesome. And you have made a splash ready. Like you were ready for this. That's so exciting. So what was it like what was it like getting into, like how long were you, watching the ball python world and like formulating what you want to do before jumping right in?
For about, I would say 2, maybe 3 months when I was still in Hawaii, and when we
Okay.
were coming up, but I'm the type of I'm kind of a chronic. So like if I want to do something,
We're going
I
in.
research it heavily. Like I watch like all Justin's videos. And
Yeah.
I used to breed aquarium fish,
Yeah.
different species, like wild collected stuff and whatnot. And then also I had a partner who used to sell fish, and he was heavily into breeding angelfish. And
Yeah.
angelfish have very similar mutations. Well, not similar, but like it works the same way with recessive mutations and
Yeah.
dominant mutations and stuff. So I was familiar with genetics and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that part of it was I guess easy for me. So yeah, pretty much 2 to 3 months of just constant watching videos, and also just planning, like figuring out how many how many females I wanted to buy, and how many males, and the projects I wanted to work on, and planning like at the different stages of when I would need racks and when I would need incubator, and just I pretty much planned and mapped everything out, looked at my budget, and made sure that I could get from start to, well, not end, hopefully it never ends, but I could get to where I wanted to be to start within
Yeah.
that budget. So it was a lot of planning and stuff, but yeah.
That is awesome. So your social media is also a big part of this. So, did you start like right away, like, hey, I'm getting into this. Here's what I just got. Let me tell you about it.
Yeah, so our social media started, I guess around the same time. Like my first post was, I think, building the snake room. And
Yeah.
I think it was about July of 22.
And did it
So
start with
we started from
Instagram?
nothing pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
Instagram. We started with 0 followers, obviously, but
Mhm.
for Instagram, we just tried to do all the, I guess, all the basic things that people always talk about, right? Like you gotta post consistently.
Uh-huh.
You always wanna use like high quality video or even pictures. You want your pictures to be sharp and in focus, and you
Yes.
want high quality video.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the beginning, so I think now we have about 8,300 followers or something like that.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, obviously we started with 0. And then in the first year, we were posting consistently, like every day, posting a reel every day. And so like in the first year, by the end of the year, I think we grew to about 6,000-ish followers.
Nice.
But then, you know, like after about a year, then your snakes they're not as pretty, right, from when they were hatchlings. And so after a while, you know, and you only have so many snakes because that's just the ones you bought, right, to begin with. So I stopped posting consistently, just because, like, I like to post things that I feel people will want to see, and I just felt, you know, after a while, I just felt like, you know, they're not pretty hatchlings anymore, and people are not going to get really excited about it. So I stopped posting it with the idea in mind that, you know, once I get hatchlings, then I can post more consistently again.
Okay.
So the growth has been slow. And now that we have hatchlings, I still don't post every day. I guess I'm kind of like, I guess I got kind of jaded. So like, my snakes, like I have some that I think is like really nice, but I don't want to just post those every single day, right? So I try to post like once a week a reel, you know, and stuff. But
so
fair enough.
When you're doing these reels, how much time? I mean, when I do short videos, they don't look anywhere near as nice as yours do. So like, how much thinking and planning and how much like time does it take to kind of do these edits and things? Or is this like super easy for you now?
Well, it's gotten a lot easier. But like in the beginning, if you look back, I mean, I don't recommend doing it now, but if you look way back in the beginning, I used to post different types of reels where I would really like kind of like film the snake coming around this way and then zoom in real quick, and, you know, try to like and I would try to edit that way to, you know, so I would speed up the video on the zoom and stuff. And
I've noticed that.
That's but like for a long time now I haven't done that. So I more nowadays I try to more just show the snake, just because I feel like you know, people have an easier time seeing the snake and, you know, seeing how nice it is and stuff. But every once in a while, some of the edits I still try to like, you know, like how like John Woo, like the movie guy, you know, like he has those real like those fight scenes that, so like, you know, sometimes I kind of think of it like that and try to be creative with how I shoot the video and then how I edit the video. But yeah, like I said, nowadays I usually tend to take more simpler videos. The key, I think, is most of my video. I do have a mirrorless camera, a Sony A7 IV, and like I'm using that right now to stream. But I would say over 95%. Like there might be only 1 or 2 reels that I use that camera. Everything else is just with my iPhone.
And the quality looks wonderful.
Yeah. Well, the key to me, is good lighting. Yeah. So
yes.
So I use like diffuser lights, you know, like those big softbox light diffusers.
Yeah.
And I try to set that up and really you know, light up the animal good. Just so that you know, just like with pics, right? Like if your lighting isn't good, then your shutter can't be fast, right? So it's not not going to be sharp, the image, right? And video is a little different, but it's still, you're not going to get a sharp, crisp video if your lighting is bad. So I think that's something that I'm not sure, but I think people may overlook, because when I see some videos on Instagram, it seems like they're just taking it with their overhead lighting and their overhead lighting isn't super bright. Like if you go overboard and you install like 5 times as much overhead lighting as you need, I guess maybe that could work. I think Bob Wu kind of does that to a degree. His room is really bright so that he doesn't need to, he can just shoot video anywhere.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if your room is just lighted normally, you know, it's not going to be the best, and you're going to show harsh shadows a lot of times,
Mhm.
versus like when you got light diffusers, right? So like if you see in that video, you can see slight shadow, which I feel is good because it gives depth, but
I
you
agree.
don't see harsh shadows. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty.
that's so pretty. I love the face on that animal. That is wonderful.
Yeah, that's OD spot nose confusion. Oh, it says right there. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Double
No,
head
no, it's all
DG
good.
clown.
She's
That's a female.
pretty.
That's
And I
a
saw,
pinstripe leopard, pinstripe leopard enchi quad head, hypo DG clown pipe. Yeah, female.
awesome. And a minute ago, Kayla had your very first clutch up. So when was that laid, and what was that like having those hatch out?
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. So our first clutch was so like our main project that we really try to focus on is hypo DG clowns. And that clutch, so our main male is a chocolate DG clown het hypo. And the female for that first clutch was a spot nose red stripe double het DG clown. And actually that's from Canova. The male is from JP, from Canada. But the female is from Canova. And actually when we bought it as a spot nose double het DG clown. But when the hatchlings came out, it was, there was an obvious red stripe DG double het, double het hypo clown. So yeah, it was a score.
Oh yeah.
So that was super exciting because it's, it's always like when you score an extra gene in a female, that's like super good. But
especially when you got those recessives already there, that's awesome.
Yeah. So in that first clutch, we hit one. We got kind of bad odds as far as DGs and clowns, but we hit one female. I can share that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a female. She was born in October, so you can probably tell I kind of feed my snakes well. But this, I believe, so this is a chocolate DG clown that tested with you guys. It ended up being het hypo, and I think it's red stripe. I'm not sure on the red stripe, but I have a few chocolate DG clowns, and they usually, well, at least the ones that I have, you see how the dorsal stripe is like, it's not black, it's all blush, the whole stripe pretty much.
That is
my other ones aren't quite like that, so I'm not sure, but I think, and it's kind of reduced that, red stripe kind of can tend to reduce a little bit in clown. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I think it has a red stripe.
That is a beautiful girl.
She's big already. I think she was born in October, but she's 1,800 grams.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So she didn't hit any walls, huh?
Yeah. So far, the snakes that I've hatched myself haven't really hit walls.
That's awesome.
Like a lot of the ones I bought, and I was trying to raise, I had some that kind of off and on eaters here and there, and they hit some walls and stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, I got something in my throat that just won't go away. Excuse me. But yeah, so my very first clutch was in 2002. It got laid, or 2003. The breeding was 2002, got laid in 2003, and it's still, after over 20 years, I love seeing people's first clutches and hearing that story, because that's something that's stuck with me. That changed me. My life changed when those babies hatched out. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this from now on. It was such a cool experience. I checked on those 1,000 times that last week they hatched.
Yeah, I remember that too. Just always looking in the incubator. Yeah. And I remember when one pip, or when that DG clown pip, I could tell it was different. Because that's my first clutch, so obviously that's my first time hatching hatching anything, but obviously my first time hatching on DGs, right? So when I saw that one, it was pretty obvious. You want to talk more about Instagram, or you want to show some snakes?
Why don't you show some more? Since Kayla texted me, she said that her cat unplugged her internet, so she's having to turn everything back on. So she'll be back in a minute. But yeah, I know you've got some some really cool chocolate stuff. Obviously, you showed a little bit. What's kind of your plan to kind of put chocolate? Obviously, you've got some spot nose, red stripe, but are you going for super chocolate, or are you going for like a mix of other things? Is there any other animals you want to show off that are kind of in that project?
Oh yeah, I definitely can show off more stuff from that project. Yeah, we're gonna probably go for super chocolates. And dark nights. So I'll show you a dark night right after this. But so we started hatching some other males that I can show later too. They're real young now, but for now, that's our that chocolate DG clown head hypo is still the male. I like the supers in the, I guess it's called the spider complex, but I call it the spot nose complex because anyway, but I like working in that complex and making those act like supers, right? Like so dark nights. Dark Knight is probably my favorite 2-gene clown. I really like Dark Knights, and I really like Hurricane in the clowns. But so I'll show this. This is actually from our second clutch. So this is a Fire Hurricane DG Dark Knight, and she tested head hypo.
Yeah, I think we saw a video earlier of that girl. I was gonna actually ask for you to show that. That is an awesome animal.
Yeah, like in person, this thing, like it looks like visual hypo almost. Like the blacks aren't, or it doesn't have that purpley look, but it's super grayed out, the blacks.
Yeah. And it looks like crazy flaming.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have yellow belly yet. It's super nice. Awesome. This one. This is definitely my favorite one that we produced so far. Yeah, so the plan is, like, I think we hit some chocolate yellow belly DG clowns that I can show. I can show after this. It's they're young yet, but so we got to raise those up. And we hit a yellow belly triple. We hit a yellow belly hypo DG clown. So I haven't sexed it yet, but if that is a male, like, we can put it to her. But the plan is also to put like I want to put chocolate, because right, if I put a chocolate DG clown head hypo to this, then half the clutch is going to be either another Dark Knight or a super chocolate, right? So
that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty excited about the future in this project. A lot of them are like building, so I don't really want to show them off, but we can look at some other animals and
see some whole lives.
So this is a somewhat related project, but this is a girl. This is just a chocolate hypo clown, but it's a double head DG pied.
Oh wow.
Female. We actually have 1.1 of this, but I think the male is in shed. Yeah, the male is in shed, but so you can see the male's in shed, but they're actually from different clutches, so they're like, but it'll be pretty exciting. Obviously, it's going to be a while until she's ready, but
yeah,
I cannot wait to pair these two together, because everything will be hypo clown, and then it's basically double head to double head on the DG and the pied, and then with the chance of super chocolate. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
This hatched recently, and it kind of just shed out. So this is a
beautiful.
Let me see if I can zoom in so that I can keep it. Okay, so this is a yellow belly hypo DG clown.
Wow.
I haven't sexed it yet.
Yeah, that color and pattern is awesome.
Yeah, super cool. So we kind of got bad odds. We had 8 eggs, and we were supposed to be 1 in 4, but we only hit 1 hypo DG clown. The pairing for this was chocolate DG clown head hypo to a yellow belly DG clown head hypo. So we only hit one, but I was stoked because it had yellow belly. I was hoping it wouldn't be a normal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how much of a difference yellow belly can make in some combos. Some combos, it's hard to tell if it's there or not. Others, man, it fires it up.
Yeah, here, this one. So this one is actually nice. So this is a chocolate yellow belly DG clown. That's 66% head hypo. This thing is crazy.
Okay, sorry, I lost connection for a second there. Can you say that again? I think it recorded, but I missed it.
What is that? Oh, say it again. This is a chocolate yellow belly DG clown that's 66% head hypo from the same clutch.
Oh, I would not have guessed that. That is really cool.
Yeah, to be honest, it looks like it's more.
Yeah.
But it, as far as I know, there was only chocolate and yellow belly in the pairing. And the reason is because let's see if this one, see this. This one might just be chocolate, but it's a really nice chocolate, this one.
Yeah. That's pretty.
Because we've hatched several chocolate DG clowns already. Well, it's not wanting to open up, but this one is so different.
Yeah. That changed the pattern and all that flaming. That's really cool. It's fun stuff. You can feel like you can kind of expect what's going to happen and still get surprised every year.
This is pretty cool. So this one, the pairing was, what was the pairing? It was an Enchi YB DG double head clown pied. It was supposed to be an OD double head DG pied, but then this thing hatched, and then when it pipped and I saw the head, I was confused. I was like, what is that? So it turns out our female actually is het cryptic. So this is a YB DG Krypton pied
Oh, cool.
female.
Yeah, that head striping is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh,
Good female to have. And I was happy because it has a lot of pattern.
So do you have any other cryptic or puzzle going on in your room, or is that just the
No,
surprise?
that was surprise. So that was good because I wanted to add cryptic and Krypton stuff, but yeah, now I don't have to because now we have. So this is from the same clutch, and this is an OD. So this was tested with you guys, but this is an OD Enchi DG Krypton that's het pied female.
That's so cool. I love that reduced pattern on the whole body, and then obviously the cool head as well.
Yeah. So this is another surprise from that clutch.
Man, so you've scored a few extra genes here and there.
Yeah, got lucky on that one.
Yeah.
It's a cool pattern too. And then let's see. We can look at some males for that project. So this is a male that we'll end up using. This is a Enchi yellow belly DG pied that's het clown. Also tested with you guys.
Awesome.
Lots of pattern too.
I love that the Enchi can do that.
Yeah. So I got obviously my male has Enchi, so the breeding male has, and it's Enchi YB, so I got a lot of Enchi and everything. But I don't mind because I love the super Enchis.
Yeah.
For pieds. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've returned.
Hey. I told everyone that your cat unplugged your internet for you. So helpful.
Mm-hmm. Potato is, she leaves me alone until I'm trying to do something. Here she comes again. Stay away from my router, you little. That's a pretty snake.
This is another male. So this one is an Enchi leopard, DG pied. That's het clown.
So
Just
pretty.
another one we're gonna use.
Oh, look at the little, like, I love the little horseshoe on the head. That is adorable. I'm a sucker for
Yeah,
some
pretty
leopards
cool.
too. That is
Pretty cool.
beautiful. Your camera like auto focuses on them beautifully too.
Oh yeah, it's pretty quick, the autofocus.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We can look at some lace stuff.
I love lace. Like, I wasn't a believer until Justin came on and showed us like lace combos.
So this is a
Ooh,
boy. This is a fire mahogany lace clown.
he's
Wow.
handsome.
Our male for the project is from Justin. It's a lace Batman. So
Very nice.
I wanted to get lace on the male side, so we got lots of lace stuff. But
yeah. Oh, he's so pretty.
super bright, super bright.
So as you were kind of like building the animals you were getting, did you ever have the problem where you had too many males, or I guess I should say, is there any part of that process you wish you would have done differently, or had you kind of planned it through and things have been pretty smooth?
Yeah, that's a cool thing to talk about, our ratios. So
Yeah.
So not really, because like I said, I'm the type that I plan and plan and plan before I make a move. Yeah. So like my ratios is kind of, might be controversial, but like now it's obviously, all kinds. I don't even know the ratio because there's all hatchlings. But from our original breeding stock that we bought, we had 5 males and 41 females.
Oh wow.
Woo!
Yeah. So
All right.
You got an ultrasound?
and that's oh yeah, I have an ultrasound.
Yeah.
And that, so I guess I know that's not ideal, and that wouldn't be, I wouldn't recommend that. But I guess the way I looked at it at the time when we were purchasing animals is that, well, one, I knew I wanted to wanted to get the best males that we could get within our budget, and then I wanted to put that male to multiple females, right?
Mhm.
So because of that, we bought our males a little earlier. We bought our females all first, definitely.
Mhm.
But then when we bought our males, we bought them a little earlier than, I guess, the generic recommendation. So we bought them a little earlier than most would recommend.
Mhm.
But I did that because I knew that I wanted to put them to, multiple females. So I wanted them to be big before I do that. Yeah. I didn't want no like 600 gram or 700, 800 gram males, going to like 10, 12 females. So
You want the
So
big
like
boys
that
that are ready for it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so we, like I said, we bought them a little earlier. Our chocolate DG clown head hypo boy.
Mm.
I think we started breeding him at 1,200 grams, and he hasn't stopped breeding. so since we bred him, the first pairing, and he's produced clutches all this time, but he's just like, I breed year round. I don't really do seasonal.
Yeah.
So he hasn't stopped breeding since that first pairing, and
he's clearly eating well for you too. Then
yeah, he eats
awesome.
Throughout the season. He he goes off and on, right? So sometimes he eats a lot, and sometimes while he's breeding, he might come off food for a little while, but then he'll go back on. So, but although we started breeding him at 1,200 grams and he's never stopped breeding, he's I don't know what he's at exactly now, but the last time we weighed him, he was about 2,200 grams.
Wow.
He's a beast down there.
That is a huge.
But like,
can we see him? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, we can look at him. But like I said, we did that on purpose, knowing that our ratios was 5 to 41.
2,200 gram male. Oh my gosh.
Oh shoot! Actually, he's locked up.
Oh, attaboy.
Attaboy. That's awesome.
That is. That's awesome.
Doing his work.
He's what a little champ. Oh, we just brought the whole rack. Awesome. Whoa, what a beast.
That probably wasn't good, but he's actually bigger than the female.
Yeah.
Maybe they're around same size.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow. That's amazing.
So that pairing right there, that was him, and he was on our black pastel red stripe double head DG clown female.
All right.
So
too cool.
So yeah, and then like I think I can share this guy. But yeah, this one's not locked up. So this is our lace Batman. We actually tested it. We tested it, so it's lace for sure. It's from Justin too, but so this one is, I don't know how much this one is, but this one is like 2,000 grams too.
Big boy.
So this is a boy.
Yeah.
And then Batman's, as you probably know, they really kind of darken and they're not so nice. But this one is 20 over 2,000 grams.
Wow.
Still pretty bright.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gorgeous. I love the shape. I love his head shape. Like it's kind of a nice stout head. Really nice.
So
that's
awesome. that way I don't have to worry about them coming off food, and then if you can't get them back on, potentially losing them and stuff. So
right, makes sense.
So do you try to get a lock like once a month when they're over 20 millimeters, or like what's kind of your? Now, obviously, you have to think and plan quite a bit more if you have to, maximize the number of females each male can lock with. There's some people that probably haven't thought that through. So how have you made that be successful?
Yeah, I guess I just look at which females are ready, and I have an ultrasound, and I used to use it more. And I might sound funny because I'm still in my first year of breeding, but I used to use it more in the beginning. But now I can kind of tell when the females are ready, and so I use the ultrasound more as just confirmation, but more sporadically. But I guess in theory, my train of thought is, I like to lock them at around 10 to 12-ish. And then I go every month. Yeah. So in an ideal situation, it kind of works out to, let's say 12-ish, and then 22-ish, and then 30 something, and then it's good. But if, like I said, because my males are so big, if they didn't have their prelay yet, and it looks like it might still be a while, I just lock them. I just lock them again. I just keep locking them until I know, unless I do happen to. Again, I wouldn't recommend this, but because they're so big, my males, and I'm not worried at all, and they always lock. I just lock them again, unless I ultrasound and then I see that the follicles are like 40 millimeters or even like 38 or something. I usually don't keep locking them already.
Yeah. And do you go with? Yeah, I think some people, obviously what you're doing is working really well. So I think another question people may have is, do you go with like a ambient 82 in the whole room, or do you have heat tape and a gradient for every tub, or how do you do that?
Yeah, so I run my room cooler. My ambient is like 70, I guess 75 to 77-ish.
Yeah.
And I let my ACs run a little bit cooler at night, so that's the 75 to 77-ish. But and then my hot spots for the females, I got racks, and then I use Herpstats, Herpstat 4. So I break it down into different sets of levels, but I try to keep the females like 88-ish, maybe on the hot spots. It's like the heating panels, they kind of heat unevenly and stuff. So like, it might range from like 90 to like 87.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Varies in the wild too. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Gives them the option to, do what they want to do.
Yeah. And so like my train of thought, like how I look at it is, that's why I like to keep my ambient cooler, so that they can, if it does get too hot or that particular tub is a little hot, but obviously too, I put my best females, I temp gun all the tubs and I put them in the perfect one for my very best females, right? But then some of the other ones, I feel like if you keep your ambient lower, then they can they can go halfway, or there's a gradient of heat, right? So like they can easily escape, right? My fear is that if you keep their ambient too high, then they can't really escape the heat if they want to as efficiently.
Exactly.
I kind of view it like I rather have the gradient be more, and they can always find a sweet spot in between. I just kind of like that.
That's the way I approach it in my own keeping. I like that. Awesome.
So as you're very quickly seeing success with the keeping and breeding and with social media, I guess the next question I have is, where do you see yourself going? Do you see yourself still growing? Like if you're going to hit around between 20 and 30 clutches this year, do you expect to hit more the next year, or are you going to kind of keep it, in that range?
Yeah, as far as volume, I don't really want to grow too much as far as volume. We'll see. I mean, maybe a little, but my goal is not to produce a lot of snakes. My goal is to produce the nicest and the best snakes that I can. Yeah, and keep it in around in that range, and then just constantly the upgrade. So in the beginning, right, like in the beginning, just constantly upgrading females until I can get to a point where, like that female I showed earlier, the Fire Hurricane DG Dark Knight head hypo girl, like that's a keeper, right? You can probably keep her for I don't know when I would give her up, but you can keep her for a long time, right? A female like that. So, but obviously when you purchasing your animals within a budget, well, at least, and then when I was buying my animals, that was in the full like height of the market.
You're paying
top dollar. So like, I definitely couldn't afford that's a world's first. So like, that female didn't exist, but but even something comparable, no one was even offering something comparable to that female at the time. But if it was available, that thing would probably at that time would be like 30,000 or something. And my budget was meant to purchase multiple females, so I couldn't really be purchasing stuff like that. Yeah, so you gotta just. My plan is to just constantly upgrade and increase the quality, increase the. I know people sometimes don't like to talk about business, but increase the average price of each hatchling instead of increasing volume.
Yeah. I think going for quality, quality over quantity is, I think the way to go. I think that's kind of where the hobby's going too, and a lot of people seem to be echoing that sentiment. So I think that's good. Plus, you can be passionate about every single thing that hatches out and excited for it. We're always excited for new hatchlings, but like when you see something come out and it represents the like beauty and work that you've put into it, I think that's fantastic.
So this male, I was pretty happy to hit this male. So this is
pretty
spot nose gravel lace clown male.
Wow,
nice. Look at that head.
Yeah, so super happy to hit this because obviously, like, with the yellow belly complex, you don't want to be making. Well, I don't want to be making white snakes, right? So I was happy that to get gravel in there into the project is cool. Wow. My goal is not really to make. I don't really want to make highways, but but I mean, if I do, it'll be more just to use as breeder. So this one here, this is a gravel, and we tested it with you guys. This is tested gravel. This is a gravel lace female.
Oh, awesome!
She's pretty.
So one day we can go for super gravel white lace clowns. Maybe with spot nose in there if we get lucky.
Awesome. Man, those are gorgeous. I love the side patterns on him. Those little pixelated alien heads. That's cool.
Gravel is not as intense as yellow belly, but it's still pretty cool.
For sure. He's lovely.
So with the success you've had so far, what would you say would be, your best advice to someone who's either thinking about it or just has been getting going? What do you think was some of maybe the advice you got that helped the most, or something you learned that would be helpful to others?
Yeah, I didn't get too much advice. I'm the type of person that I like to look at stuff. This doesn't necessarily apply to snakes, but I like to look at data or information, and then I like to think for myself and figure out what I want to do. So like when I started, I just was researching a lot, and I definitely watched a lot. I watched all of Justin's videos, Miguel's videos, lots of people's videos, and I just studied the genetics and stuff. But I didn't really get too much advice. But I kind of feel funny giving advice because I'm just still in my rookie year, right?
But it's a heck of a rookie year.
Yes, it is.
I guess if
high aptitude.
I guess if I was to look back on the mistakes that I think I did, so I feel like my plan was pretty good, my infrastructure wise, and maximizing budget. I feel like I did a good job, but if I could change anything, and maybe I guess general advice to someone that's new, is I would have maybe bought less, not that much less, but slightly less females. So maybe instead of 40 females, maybe I would have bought 30 females, and then but use the same amount of money, right? So get higher end animals, but a little less of them. Yeah. I mean, that was my general thought. My general thought was to do that, but in hindsight, I would probably do it even more. Get even less animals at higher end. So maybe generally I would tell someone, it's hard to give, just general advice like that, because you never know what that person is thinking. But but maybe if you're thinking, however many females you're thinking, try really think about it and consider that if you want to go with less and more expensive or higher quality females, right? To me, that's the way. Because if you look at the opposite, you definitely don't want just a ton of lower quality animals. Because now you're just keeping you're taking care of more snakes, and then when you get hatchlings, you're gonna be in that place in the market where there's so much competition. Right? The market is kind of saturated. So the higher up the ladder you can get, there's less and less competition. And like when I look at the things, we're lucky to sell a few snakes so far, but and we definitely sold some lower end snakes and some higher end snakes, but it's not like we sold just as many higher end snakes as lower end.
That's awesome.
So so if you can just produce higher end stuff that's more in demand, then you can kind of like maximize your return on versus how much work you put in.
Exactly.
And I think another big part of you being successful selling those higher end snakes is because you have such beautiful content. People are able to see with their own eyes, and they know they've been like, I remember, I think I sold you it was like a calico combo, like at the very beginning. That was like 2 or 3 years
I can show it. Yeah, I can show it.
But I remember, like, as soon as you got it, like your stuff you were putting online was beautiful compared to what I had. Like, my picture that I sold that animal was nowhere near as nice as what you did. So that's definitely a huge plus to be able to, like, if you're going to put that focus on higher quality and less animals, then also really putting a lot of focus on presenting yourself at that higher level as well. So people know, hey, Aaron's making awesome stuff. It's beautiful. And he's taking the time to present this in a very high quality way that are going to be much more comfortable giving you that higher price.
Yeah, that was definitely part of my thought process. Yeah. Like I knew that was probably one of my biggest concerns, is that, you can buy cool snakes and then you can make cool snakes. And I was pretty confident that I could, just to myself, when I think about it, I felt confident that I could produce the snakes. But I was always concerned about selling them, right? Because obviously when I start, I'm going to have 0 reviews right on Morph Market. So I was thinking and if you want to produce higher end stuff, like, that's a lot of money that somebody's going to trust, giving to you. So that's why I tried to focus on the Instagram, because I knew it would be like 2 years, right, or 2.5 years before I have snakes to sell. And so the only thing I could do in that time is try and grow my account, so that people can see like a history of what you did. And then, although you don't have any reviews or sales, at least people can see that, this person, you can look back and this person really does have all these snakes, and look, this guy had the eggs here, and then you can see the whole process. So, I thought maybe they would feel like they could trust you a little more. But yeah, I definitely should show Ben's snake.
Yeah,
definitely.
So he got one of the nicest combos. It was one I debated whether I wanted to sell or not, but I decided that I couldn't keep them all. So.
Oh my God, it's him! I remember him. Oh, he's
it's a she. It's a she.
Oh,
but,
she, yeah.
Yeah, it's a she. But,
oh my gosh.
But this is the one that I think when we bought it, like when I bought it from Ben, like no one even knew what Scrambler was. And like, I don't know for sure if this is Scrambler, but I kind of showed. I think Ben used this on one of the thumbnails for one of your guys' videos.
Yes.
And then I made a comment about it, and I was telling, I don't know, forget exactly what I was telling Ben, but then Chris Hernan started commenting on it.
Yeah.
And then Chris Hernan said that he thinks it's Scrambler. And then we found out from talking to Ben, is it the mom to this is from Chris Hernan?
Yes.
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the mom is from Chris Hernan. And then I think in some messages, Mark Mandic said that it looks Scrambler to him. So we'll see. But it definitely has some of the signs. Like it has these dots on the back. I don't know if you can see.
Yep.
And then the pattern gets like super elongated.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
But
awesome.
So right now the lace Batman is going to this one.
Oh, cool.
Probably eventually put like a DG Hypo Clown or something to it, but I wanted to get lace in there right away, because to clean it up and then see, and then get Het Clown in there.
Yeah.
But that thing is nice. It's a nice calico. It has so much white and it goes way high up the sides.
For sure.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite morphs to play with. That does awesome stuff to a lot of different combos. And it's fairly variable, kind of like pied. Sometimes you'll have a lot less, and sometimes it'll just be a giant amount of wide, and it's fun stuff.
Sweet. All right. So you got Instagram. I saw you got Threads as well. Are there any other social media platforms where folks can find you?
Yeah, we have Facebook too. I don't really. Well, I guess I do post on Facebook, but it's only because whatever I post on Instagram automatically goes to Facebook. And so on Facebook, I think our name is Matsu Morphs on Insta. It's basically just so that when they see it, then they look at our Instagram. It's more to promote our Instagram.
Right, makes sense.
We also have TikTok, but I don't even post. I don't even know how I feel about that app. I might delete that app from my phone, but
understandable.
Technically, we have TikTok.
All right.
But yeah, pretty much everything is Instagram, and then our Morph Market.
Of course.
Follow our Morph Market store. Yeah.
Yes, definitely go give him a follow. I think you're gonna go far, Aaron. I think you've got some really good stuff cooking in the future here.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
And now, after you all have seen this video, a little bit more why Aaron was someone that we were excited to sponsor, and kind of put our brand alongside. We love to see people working really hard to make really nice animals. Obviously, these animals are being immaculately taken care of and are growing well, and males are breeding year round. But maintaining, and even not even just maintaining weight, growing. And so anyway,
Yeah.
it's really cool to see what you're doing. And then obviously, like I said at the beginning, the social media side of it. If you all have questions about animals or about social media and how to make pretty content, reach out to Aaron. He's definitely knocking it out of the ballpark.
He's been giving me ideas for our stuff. So
Cool.
good.
Good to
All
hear.
right. Well, thank you, Aaron, for joining us today. Everybody go give a follow on all the platforms to Matsu Morphs. And thanks again for joining us today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That way we can, get to be seen by more people for this episode and just in the future when we have even more cool stuff to show off. And y'all got anything else before we call it a day?
Tinley. I don't think we talked about Tinley. If you're
Oh my
coming
God.
to Tinley,
We're going to Tinley. Yes.
Yes.
For sure. So we'll see you guys at Tinley and also in next week's episode. So later. See you guys.